to meet you. Hey, can I call you Joe?
Sure, I can call you Pitbull Lipstick.
Welcome to you both. The House of Representatives this week passed a bill, a big bailout bill, or didn't pass it, I should say. The Senate decided to pass it, and the House is wrestling with it still tonight. As America watches these things happen on Capitol Hill, Senator Biden, was this the worst of Washington or the best of Washington that we saw play out?
Gwen, I think we're looking at the worst of Washington right here. John McCain panics and tries to pick up the Hillary vote, but he knee-jerks and gets her, a pro-life, moose-hunting hockey mom.
John McCain, in referring to the fundamental of our economy being strong, he was talking to and he was talking about the American workforce, and the American workforce is the greatest in this world, with the ingenuity and the work ethic that is just entrenched in our workforce. That's a positive, that's encouragement, and that's what John McCain meant.
Did you just wink at the camera? Did you just wink at the camera?
So, Governor, as Vice President, there is nothing that you have promised as a candidate that you wouldn't take off the table because of this financial crisis we're in?
There is not, and how long have I been at this? Like 5 weeks?
Exactly. 5 weeks. The Vice President is just a heartbeat away from being the President. Something goes wrong, and old 5 weeks here is going to be president.
Go to a kid's soccer game on Saturday.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ.
And turn to any parent there on the sideline and ask them, how are you feeling about the economy? And I'll bet you're going to hear some fear in that parent's voice.
Yeah, fear the crazy at the soccer game.
Barack had 94 opportunities to side on the people's side and reduce taxes, and 94 times he voted to increase taxes or not support a tax reduction.
You're lying. She's lying. She's making the up as she goes along.
With all due respect, I do respect your years in the U.S. Senate, but I think Americans are craving something new and different.
Something new, like dinosaurs? She thinks dinosaurs roamed the earth 4,000 years ago. 4,000 years ago. 4,000 years ago, they were building the pyramids.
I'm surprised to hear you mention that.
Hey, Lipstick, are you saying dinosaurs were roaming around the pyramids? Then why aren't there any friggin' hieroglyphics of dinosaurs?
I may not answer the questions the way that either the moderator or you want to hear.
That's right. We don't like the way you answer the questions because you don't answer the questions.
Now, you said recently that higher taxes or asking for higher taxes or paying higher taxes is patriotic. In the middle class of America, which is where Todd and I have been, all of our lives, that's not patriotic.
Because being patriotic is snowmobiling and killing bears and wolves from helicopters and letting some other hockey mom's redneck son take your daughter down to the lake without condoms or any other kind of sex education.
Patriotic is saying, government, you're not always the solution. In fact, too often you're the problem.
I think the problem was no condoms.
Let's move on to Iran and Pakistan. I'm curious about what you think, starting with you, Senator Biden. Which is the greatest threat? A nuclear Iran or an unstable Pakistan? Explain why.
Gwen, I know why you're asking me this question, because I've got years of hands-on experience with foreign policy. But you're not going to ask her the question, are you? I mean, she got her first passport a year ago, and she's going to answer questions on foreign policy? My 8-year-old granddaughter, Macy, has 10 times her foreign travel experience. Why don't we ask her? Macy, come on up here. Let's talk Pakistan.
Nuclear armed, especially Iran, is so extremely dangerous to consider. They cannot be allowed to acquire nuclear weapons, period.
Senator.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gwen. I stopped listening when I heard her say nuclear. It's nuclear. Nuclear.
Nuclear. Well, our founding fathers were very wise there in allowing through the Constitution much flexibility there in the office of the Vice President, and we will do what is best for the American people in tapping into that position and ushering in an agenda that is supportive and cooperative with the President's agenda in that position.
Thank you, Governor. Senator.
Are we done yet? Can I leave? I'm leaving. Jesus.